Okay, now let's create a project folder and put everything to the project folder. I have this file on my blog, so you could download over there and copy the file to the project folder. We have the RDK X5 and the original runtime. So this one is the one we did some adaptation for the original one. This one supports the RDK X5. So that is a different. Let's see what file we have. And now let's list all of this file and unzip all these files. Okay. So yeah. Let's refresh. Okay. Now let's unzip another one. This one is for the servo motor. So list all of them. You will see we have some blue one. It's a folder. Now we need to go to the virtual environment for the OpenDuck. So if you don't have, just create one. Just active the virtual environment. Let's install the dependence. So we'll use the pip command to install the dependence. Now you can see the dependence installed. You find this path may not right, but later we will fix this one. Okay, in the next command we will fix this one. Now let's go to the another folder. This is for the servo motor. So the servo motor in independence. Now you can see we have the dependence for the servo motor, and we correct the path of the repository. Now let's go to the OpenDuck mini and do some calibration. First of all, we need to give the permission. So we need to add my user and the user to the I2C group. So now let's go to the device. Go to the RDK X5 folder. Okay. We need to use the IMU script. This one is for the calibration of the IMU. So you can see here is the real-time parameter. So we need to keep flip the OpenDuck mini. Just keep flip. After all this data, this number change to 3, then we will success. We will be there. So just keep flipping different angle, make sure you reach every angle. So keep doing. It needs some time, just keep doing it. Now we're almost there. Okay. We have one, still have one number is 1. Let's keep flipping. Oh, now it's working. So finally it's get to work. When you say this get true, which means it's success. So it's just do the this one just do the calibration. Okay, so IMU calculation done. We need to do the servo motor. We will generate the PKL file, which is the calibration result. We need to copy that to the target folder. Okay, you will see we have a PKL file, so let's copy this file. Let's copy this file to here. I put all my script in the blog, so you can take a look over there. Okay, we already calibrated the I2C. Now let's calibrate the servo motor. Here is the tool to do the calibration for the servo motor. So let's initialize the position. Yeah, we need to do the calibration one by one. So you will have a chart over here. So you just do it one by one. So this is the number 20. So we want to find this one and put it to the right position. Just try to put it to the right position. Now let's do it. So we got 0.0.8, and the next one So then we do the next one. Okay, now next one. This is negative 0.0.83. Let's do the next one. Next one is 22. So let's adjust a little bit and then press enter button. Yeah, make sure we did this for each servo motor. Okay, next one looks good. 23 looks good. Okay, looks good. Let's go. Let's press enter. Next one. Let's take a look at the foot. Make sure it's level. Okay, this one is negative 0.0.089. Next one. Okay, now let's take a look at the neck one. Okay, make sure it's vertical. Okay, this one is 31. Okay, the same deal for another side. And let's keep doing. Okay, now we get all these results. We need to copy this parameter to the file so the application could read this value. Let's go to the upper level folder. Okay, let's say this is an example of the configure file. So we need to copy this one and rename this to app configure. Okay, rename this to the doc configure. Okay, now let's open the file and copy all items here. First of all, we need to set the IMU position. So this one need to set to be true. Now then we could copy the servo motor data one by one. Okay, let's save this one. Now all of the configuration for the servo motor done. Let's start the forced learning part, enforcement learning part. So include the reference data generating and the virtual environment. Now let's open the terminal. Let's set up the virtual environment. Let's use the conduct set up the environment. Okay, now let's go to the folder and run the command. So first of all, we need to verify this action. So here is the official tool which could verify the action. So you can say if we just go next step, there are a lot of parameters. Different parameter will get different results. So for example, if we want to higher walk foot, so let's restart. You can see it's lift the leg higher. Okay, let's lift higher a little bit, not that much. Okay, so you can see this one looks normal. Okay, let's do more change. Let's also could change the steps, make it more wide. Yeah, this is how you want to the dark work. You could use set default parameter. Okay, we just use a default value. Now let's go to the next step. Let's set the action, the movement. Okay, let's use this command. We generate 30 of them. So now it will generate like 240 moves. The file name is the name convention. So you will find the name, the file name has some rule, like the speed, the X and the Y angle, something like that. So you can say here is the file. Yeah, the first one is the number. The next one is 0.7, that is X speed. This one 0.1.1, that is like the turn right speed. This one is the angle and the direction. Yeah. You can see we generate a whole bunch of the file. Okay, all of them generated 240. Now let's convert this to the linear. Let's copy this file to here. Now let's copy this file to the training folder. So overwrite the default one, the PKL file. Now let's get into the reinforcement learning folder. Let's switch to the virtual environment. This just for the OpenDuck training. The Python version is different, so we active another virtual environment. So this one is the official one. So we just use right now. We just use the official one. Let's copy this one. Let's run this one. Yeah, make sure we have this file. Looks like this file not exists. Let me find the file. Let's find the file. Okay, this is the official model. Still not existing. Let me use this one. Okay, now it's running. This is the original one, which already trained. So now you can use your keyboard to control this one. Move forward, move back forward, and use the Q or E button to do the left and the right. Yeah. E means turn the right. WK could change this to the grid view. Okay. Now let's stop the simulation. Okay, here do some real tests. We already deployed the open source one, the open source model. So let's use the A button to control. Now then use joystick to turn left, turn right, backward. Use this one to turn left and turn right. Okay, move forward. It's very cool. Okay. Let's use the Y button to click to control the height. So it could like shake the height and then turn. Yeah, it looks very good.